Let's be honest, it's easy to look like you have your life together. Matching sets, Stanley Cup in hand that you never drink out of. But the truth about this hot girl fitness trend is a lot of it, I think, is why I feel the way that I do. And if you're here, I'm sure that you're having this same struggle. You are presenting to the outside like your body is put together, that you feel great about your fitness. But on the inside, you know that you've had wings the last 4 nights in a row. You are not drinking any water at all. And really, your protein intake is very, very low. Welcome back to Seriously, the Claudia Project, where we talk about lifestyle, motherhood, and motivation, really. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about how this hot girl fitness trend really might be holding us back and how to get on the other side of that and actually see results that you are actually looking for. But the aesthetic trap is where I've definitely been, and I'm sure a lot of you are also sitting. Everything on the internet is about aesthetics, so it really doesn't matter what's sitting behind that. There really is not a lot of videos about the follow through and what it really takes to take that aesthetic to the next level. As long as it looks good, then it's fine, right? We all talk about, when you try on jeans, just go up a size and make sure that you feel comfortable in the clothes that you wear. And I fully support that. In fact, I have an episode about it. And I do agree that when you go to buy new clothes, you should buy clothes that fit you. However, if we're thinking about why you're doing that, it's because you want the aesthetic of your clothes to feel really good, which is the goal. And you should be buying things like that, right? But the difference is, how many times have you sized up? Are you being honest about how you're feeling in that body? Even though you're sizing up jeans to feel good and all, that's fine. But I know that's where I've been. So I have this pair of mom jeans that I bought, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago. And at the time, I wanted them to feel like loose and baggy and have space. And so they've been great. And because of the oversized look that I wanted in them, as the years have gone by and I have gained more weight, the jeans are just starting to, they fit now. You know what I'm saying? They're very snug and I can still get into them and they still look okay, but it's just something that I have more recently had to start being honest with myself about. Like, girl, these jeans do not fit the way that they're supposed to. And so the aesthetic of it is changing. And really, I was just going to go buy more jeans, but I really have to focus in and figure out what is really happening and why is it that I'm gaining this weight. And so that to me, the aesthetic tribe is where we are right now, especially with fitness. So taking those pictures in the mirror and turning your body the right way and sucking it all in, that looks great. And I'm sure you're getting tons of likes because that's what people like to see. But once you relax, are you comfortable with the body that you have? And so making sure that we're focusing in on those things, being nice to ourselves. I'm not saying jump out the window. I am always going to tell you, be nice to the body that you have. You only get one and you need to be supportive of her. But don't let the aesthetic get the better side of you, because it really is like a loop that's happening to all of us. And that's across the board, right? It's like people quitting jobs with not having jobs, or on the internet it looks all flashy to quit your job, but really they've been looking for another job for 6 months. The aesthetic just makes you feel like that's what you should be doing. Focus in on hot girl fitness, that's fine, but we need to make sure that we're backing it up on the end, right? So number one is consistency, showing up on those bad days. Yesterday is the first day that I have started really thinking about what I'm eating. As I told you guys in yesterday's episode, I'm doing a 2-week challenge. So I'm protein heavy and drinking tons of water, making sure that I'm not adding a bunch of carbs, not taking in a bunch of liquid calories. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it was pretty challenging. And I could have told everybody on the internet that I was doing all of this for the aesthetic and then not followed through, but that doesn't help me at all. And it doesn't help me come and tell you guys how hard it is. So consistency is super important. And now that I've gotten one day, we're starting again. Got my boiled eggs already on the stove cooking, which is very good. But staying consistent when no one can see it is really important for your hot girl fitness takeover, right? Nutrition, number 2, I just mentioned this, you cannot outwork a bad diet. I know you've heard it, I've heard it, we've all said it, but it is just the truth. You need to focus on how much protein you're taking in, how many carbs you're taking in. If you've got the funds, go talk to a nutritionist and see like what works well with your body. Like for me, I can't cut carbs all the way. I need them to energize, but I have to make sure I'm taking them in appropriately, right? Like I don't need to be eating macaroni and cheese, which I love, and like a ton of rice. But figuring out how do I add in fruits to get those carbs that I need? When do I want to use my carbs? Like yesterday I had half of a grilled Caesar wrap with no dressing. And so like that was the carb of the day, but it was a spinach wrap instead of your regular tortilla shell. So it was like a little more healthy. But I only had half instead of a whole. And it was packed with protein. So it was really good to keep me going throughout the day. On nutrition during this Hot Girl Takeover, I think it's going to be super important for you. There's just no way around it. And I know that the aesthetic is that you prep all your food on Sunday and that everything is lined up in your fridge and it's beautiful, and that's not the life that I'm living. Like I said, I got up this morning and I boiled my eggs. I know that that's what I'm doing. I've got my 2 protein shakes I'm going to throw in my bag. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do for lunch, but it's probably going to be some type of grilled chicken and rice that I'll get from somewhere because I haven't had time this week to aesthetically prepare a bunch of meals in advance. That's just the truth. But there are places where you can get those kind of things if you aren't as prepared as you need to be. So just think ahead so that you have a plan and that you're not hungry later. Challenge your body over time. Do not wake up on this Hot Girl Challenge and decide that the aesthetic is that you should be in the gym for 40 hours. You've not been to the gym at all. So you should take it in slowly and make sure that your body is comfortable and that you're taking one step at a time. That way you keep showing up. And it also makes sure that you don't work out so hard that you're so hungry that you eat everything in sight. Pro tip, eat before you go to the gym. I know you don't want to do it, but even like an apple, something small, and like a cup of water will help you curb those cravings after your workout. My strategies to try to help you stay on track. And again, I'm working through these. So these are some things that I'm trying to do is plan my workouts like they're meetings. You guys have heard it before. That is not a new saying, but you should be thinking about it. Put it on the calendar in a place that you know you can actually do it, and then don't allow yourself to break. I find that you just gotta 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 it, right? You just gotta Mel Robbins it. Count it down and then just go. Put on the clothes. Don't even think about it. Don't let yourself start doing other things. Like what I'll do is I'll start checking emails at work and then I'll be like, oh, I don't have time for this. But really tell everybody in your office like, hey, I'm going to the gym at this time, and then people will just know that that's what you're doing. And it's important to build the habit. Once you get in there, you'll be okay. And even if you just walk, if you're like, I don't really feel like working out today, if you just get there, all it takes is getting on that treadmill. And the first 5 minutes, you'll be like, okay, I can kind of knock this out. And some days you might show up and all you have inside of you is a walk, and that's okay too. But at least showing up is helpful. Anchor your workouts around existing habits. I'm trying to think of another way to word it where it doesn't sound crazy. Like, well, I mean, you just have to create it like a habit. So like people who have a hard time with smoking, it's because of the ritual of it all, right? They get in their car, they smoke. They go on lunch break, they smoke. It's like that kind of thing. So you need it to feel like that. You check emails from, 11 to 12, and at 12 you go to the gym. You go to the restroom at work, and then you go directly to the gym, that kind of thing. Just setting it up so that it feels very natural. For me at this point, I wake up, I brush my teeth, I get ready, and I come and record. So like I'm trying to set this up as a habit, just like making it as easy and something you don't have to think about at all. You're like, oh, yesterday I worked out at 9, today I work out at 2, tomorrow you work out at 11. It's hard to keep your brain on track. It's a lot of things floating through your brain. And so trying to do it as consistently as possible or right after something else so that it's something that doesn't take additional like mental stress, very, very helpful. And then having bare minimum workout days, like days where you're like, okay, I can't do much, but I can do a little. And like I said, just walk. It's like making it very, very easy. And I don't know if any of this is going to be aesthetic the way that the Hot Girl Fitness ladies are making it seem. But right now, the only goal is to get back on track. And so making sure that you're setting yourself up for success, even if it's small and it doesn't feel like some big grandiose gesture, right? All of this circles back to the topic that we started with, and that's the aesthetic. Looking fit versus being fit are two different things. And making sure that you feel fit is the most important thing. And what's fit to you is different than what's fit to me. But right now, I know that I don't feel very fit at all. Even if aesthetically it looks okay, I don't feel it. And I know that soon we're gonna be in an era where everything in my closet has to be adjusted if I don't start making these small changes now. And I know I'm not the only person out there who feels this way. So I encourage you to start small, start the process. Don't let these aesthetics on the internet trick you into not feeling your best and not being your best, and know that you can do it. My husband's just moving around in there. It's very crazy right now. As always, thank you guys so much for being here. I think focusing on aesthetics is really important. It's something that's tricking all of our minds right now. And the more you can lean into making sure that doesn't happen to you, the better and faster you can start this fitness journey. I will be here with you every day, struggling through, trying to make sure I get all my protein in and that I don't eat a bunch of snacks that are around at practice. Which will be very challenging. As always, this is seriously the Claudia Project, and I'm so happy you're here. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and share with your friends, and we'll be back tomorrow with another one. Leave comments down below on other things you'd like to see. Remember, this week we are focusing on fitness, and we'll be back tomorrow. Talk soon. Bye.